What do you call the world's greatest training device? You guessed it. The Apple Watch Ultra is Apple's first real stab at an adventure watch. I'm hoping the next one's not fantasy. It's got a solid design that screams durability, a huge 49mm display that you just can't ignore, a slick one-tap-to-paradise action button, and a host of outdoor sports features that makes the watch well acquainted to the wrist of a runner, hiker, or Ironman. With a promising upgrade to its battery life coming soon, the device features the relentless spirit of an ostrich, a quality that's been missing from the best Apple Watches for the past few years. Quite adventurous indeed. But does the Apple Watch Ultra really have what it takes to actually be the go-to watch for outdoor lovers and athletes? Let's find out. In case you happen to be looking for more information, hey, look what I found! Links in the description for the information you seek and updated prices. Do well to check it out after this video. Turns out good things don't just come in small packages. The first thing you'll notice about the Apple Watch Ultra is its size. It's huge on the wrist and measures 49mm. It's considerably larger than the displays of the Apple Watch Series 8, and whether that's a good or bad thing depends on your personal preferences. However, if you have particularly skinny wrists, like me, I'd recommend you try it out before you buy. Nobody will want to play a losing game, right? The display has a brightness of 2000 nits, which, simply put, is really bright. Twice as bright as the screen on the Apple Watch Series 8 to be exact. As a matter of fact, if brightness were a category in wrestling, the Apple Watch Ultra would definitely be its ultimate heavy brightness champion in the whole entire Apple Watch series to date. It has a stunning appearance and is vividly easy to read, even in the most direct sunlight. Plus, in workout modes, the bigger screen enables the Ultra Watch to boast a 7 data field figure as opposed to the conventional 6. Apple has also made the Ultra even more rugged and capable of dealing with the harshest of conditions that outdoor sports demand. Is it those endurance runs? Is it those hard falls? Can it be those riptides? The Apple Watch Ultra's got you covered. How, you might ask? Well, the bezel is made from titanium, with a lip around the screen to add more protection. Call it a victory for anyone who hates those edge cracks on their smartwatch. The display is made from sapphire glass, and the watch has an increased water resistance of 100 meters. That's at least twice as resistant as other previous Apple Watches. The digital crown is larger, so you could probably locate it even in the dark. It has deeper grooves and melds with the side button in a protruding ledge on the right side of the device. This supposedly makes the buttons easier to use while wearing gloves. On the left side of the watch is an added action button, which has been programmed as a quick launch for any assigned purpose, and it has many assigning options to choose from. Imagine getting your exact blood pressure value in just one click. Above the new button is a visible speaker grill, which serves two purposes. One, it improves sound quality on phone calls, even in windy conditions. And two, it blasts an emergency siren of 86 decibels, letting your alert be heard up to 180 meters, which is about 600 feet, away. That said, it's a siren of two different patterns that alternate and repeat. It can also ring for several hours, depending on your battery life. Although, if you're expecting it to be as loud as a rape alarm, it's not. Band-wise, the Ultra has been meticulously crafted with 3 different bands to suit your personality and preferences. The Trail Loop band is the thinnest Apple Watch band to date, designed for endurance athletes and runners. The Alpine Loop band features 2 integrated layers and a G-hook fastening, designed for explorers. And the Ocean Loop is, you guessed it, designed for water sports and diving. You can buy additional bands, but they'll set you back $99 each. When it comes to choosing which band is suited to you, it largely depends on personal preference and the type of activity you plan on doing most. One thing to note, however, is that the size makes a big difference here. The Alpine band comes in small, medium, and large sizes, and a Trail Loop comes in small, medium, and medium-large. If the band is too small and tight, or if you have too much strap to try and tuck in, this is likely to affect your comfort. So make sure to grab a measuring tape before you invest. Nevertheless, like the Apple Watch Series 8, the Apple Watch Ultra has a skin temperature sensor and crash detection, but there are a host of other features designed to make the watch more suited for adventurers and explorers, or even sport enthusiasts. Let's start with the revamped Compass app, which makes the Apple Watch Ultra a more capable navigation accessory. It lets you save waypoints or specific markers when you're somewhere you want to flag. There's also a trackback feature that helps you retrace your steps, say if you're lost or treasure hunting. The Alpine Loop definitely seems to be the fan favorite, available in orange, green Alpine, and Starlight. However, this brings me to my first gripe. Like all material bands, the Alpine band retains water for a while after showering, swimming, or just washing the dishes. While this won't be a big deal, the soggy fabric around the wrist can still be quite uncomfortable for some periods. With the Ocean Loop, however, there is the option to take the strap off like a traditional watch strap. But this isn't your everyday silicone watch strap. It's made up of lots of little tubes with an adjustable strap holder to prevent the band from flapping around on your wrist. Isn't that fascinating? What's more, the Ultra has clever features like Precision Start, which allows you to bypass the tedious 3, 2, 1 countdown sequence when starting an activity. And that all too annoying wait until the watch finally, as if by divine intervention, finds a GPS signal. One fitness feature I feel is missing from the Apple Watch Ultra, however, is the ability to upload offline maps onto the watch. At the moment, the only way to do this is by using a third-party app. Let's hope that Apple will add this at a later date. As for diving features, on November 28th, the Apple Watch Ultra became a dive computer with the help of the Oceanic Plus app. Apple has positioned the Ultra as a watch for recreational scuba divers. It can go up to 40 meters and has a depth gauge and water temperature sensors. If you're planning to go diving a few times a year on holiday, the app allows you to turn the Ultra into a dive computer for just $9.99 per month. The app monitors your depth, time in, temperature, and heart rate, if you're not wearing a wetsuit. It'll also give you important data like decompression time, your dive time, current elevation, maximum elevation allowed, and max depth. In terms of GPS, Apple has added a dual-frequency GPS to the watch, integrating L1 and L5 algorithms. Apple says this allows the Ultra to deliver the most accurate GPS of any Apple Watch to date. All in all, no watch is ever going to be 100% accurate on race day, but when you're training, you want to be able to trust the data on your watch. From a health perspective, like the Apple Watch Series 8, the skin temperature sensor informs two areas of Apple's health suite: sleep tracking and cycle tracking. Using two built-in sensors, the Apple Watch Series 8 will read the temperature of the skin every 5 seconds overnight. For sleep, deviations in baseline overnight temperature might help you keep tabs on what external factors impact your regular rest. Think traveling or staying out late drinking. From a menstrual tracking point of view, cycle tracking users can receive notifications if their logged cycle history shows irregular or prolonged periods, as well as persistent spotting, as these can be signs of health conditions such as fibroids or polycystic ovary syndrome. Speaking at the Far Out event, Sumbal Desai, Vice President of Health at Apple, said, "We believe privacy is a fundamental human right, and that your health data is yours and yours alone. Your cycle tracking data is encrypted on your device and only accessible with your passcode, Touch ID, or Face ID. When using iOS and watchOS with the default two-factor authentication and a passcode, healthcare data synced to the iCloud is encrypted end-to-end, meaning that Apple does not have the means to decrypt the data, and therefore cannot read it. With everything on, the Ultra has a battery life of 12 hours. In Apple's new low-power mode, the Ultra still has the same GPS and heart rate capabilities, and a battery life of 15-16 hours. In a new update coming to this watch, this will be extended to 60 hours, as the setting will have the option to reduce the frequency of GPS and heart rate readings. While this is great for an Apple Watch, it's still shorter than a lot of other running watches on the market. The Fenix 7, for example, can last up to 89 hours in GPS mode. All in all, Thanks to its action button, the precision start feature, and the better battery life, the Apple Watch Ultra is without a doubt the best Apple Watch for anyone. It's the most exciting Apple Watch in years, but it's still missing some of the features the likes of Garmin and Polar have mastered. There's no recovery data, for example, and at the time of recording this video, no option to upload offline maps onto the watch. If you're buying an Apple Watch to check your texts or for the odd workout in the gym, however, I'd argue you're better off saving your money and investing in the Apple Watch Series 8. Aside from Precision Start, the Dive app, and the Wayfinder face, all of the new and improved watchOS 9 workout features are the same. Overall, this is an excellent watch if you're running, swimming, or biking before work, then settling down for a day of emails. But I'm not quite sure it lives up to its Ultra name just yet. If I was running an ultra marathon or going on an ultra adventure, I'd want a longer battery life and mapping capabilities. That said, Apple is excellent at rolling out updates, and all of the watch's current shortfalls can easily be fixed with a few tweaks down the line. From a smartwatch and design perspective, however, Apple has established itself as a cool watch to have on your wrist 24/7 for life's daily adventures. For more information and updated price, check the link in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to check out our previous comparison between the Apple Watch Ultra versus Garmin Fenix 7X.